Now, Storm Watch 12 weather with meteorologist Josh Culbreath.
Welcome back to News Watch 12 midday, and like I said before we went to break, this is just a very sad look at Grants Pass, courtesy of the Tap Rock Northwest Grill. Nothing that you're looking at up in the sky is fog or clouds. It's all smoke, very thick smoke in Grants Pass this midday. It is smoky in 75. There's no song about that, I believe. 70s and 80s in our inland areas and 55 degrees there along the coast in Brookings. Air quality, my goodness, it is just so bad on the west side right now. Very unhealthy to hazardous for Grants Pass. A little bit better in Medford, but not by much. It's still unhealthy there, and a lot of this goes down into western Siskiyou County as well. So just another reminder that we have an air quality advisory in place for Jackson, Josephine, and Curry counties. This runs until 5 p.m. on Thursday. So until then, try to refrain from being outdoors if you can help it, and if you have to go outdoors for a prolonged period of time, be sure that you have an N95 on hand. All right, speaking of all the smoke, let me show you what happens with it a little bit later in the day. And remember yesterday we got that very fierce northwest push and winds that pushed a lot of this thick smoke into Siskiyou County and into Jackson County. Well, it doesn't look like we're going to get that for today, as winds have shifted out of the south, more of a southerly and southwesterly component to the winds, but still we're going to have a lot of smoke hanging around the west side into Wednesday. And then on Wednesday, not really expecting that big northwestern surge in winds again, maybe spreading things out to the east with the westerly winds a little bit more, but it looks like a lot of the thick smoke is going to be confined down to southwestern Siskiyou County because of that Six Rivers lightning complex. But just know this model is never an exact science, so I would bank on there being more smoke, especially in western Siskiyou County, Jackson, Josephine, and Curry counties over the next few days. So with all that in mind, here's your outdoor dining forecast for today. And we're giving it 2 stars for lunchtime just because the air quality is going to be so bad, and then no stars for dinner time. Don't be outside this evening. It's going to be too hot, and it's just going to be too smoky as well. So for today, I think those 2 words kind of sum it up: hot and smoky. And then we'll add breezy and windy into the mix as well, because we'll have winds gusting out of the south up to 30 miles per hour in Siskiyou County, and out of the south and southwest over on the east side and up in the Cascades, that would be between 25 to 30 miles per hour as well. And then overnight, we'll have more smoke just sort of hanging around Jackson, Josephine, Curry, and western Siskiyou counties. Elsewhere, air quality shouldn't be that big of an issue. Temperatures will feel pretty comfortable, albeit a little bit on the mild side overnight with 40s, 50s, and 60s. And we'll have some pretty thick marine layer fog there along the southern Oregon coastline. Here is your 3-day forecast for Siskiyou County: hot and smoky. And even though we don't have reliable smoke model data that goes out as far as Thursday and Friday, if I had to put my money on it, I'd say we're probably going to have some smoke around Siskiyou County for Thursday and for Friday. And here's something that's not going to be around at all: rain. None of it over the next 7 days. Here's your 7-day forecast for the coast. We'll have some cool-ish temperatures, mid-60s throughout the next few days, and then the marine layer starts to break down, seeing more sunshine and some warmer temperatures into the weekend and into the beginning of next week. For Siskiyou County, we will track triple digits, honestly, across the board for the next 7 days. Very hot, very smoky, tracking some winds really picking up on Friday, kind of similar to today. So maybe we could see some elevated fire danger. Also seeing the same thing over on the east side, where easily that's probably where we'll see our best air quality. So that's certainly some good news, but it's really just kind of if you're putting all these different forecast zones together in a competition, it's the lesser of 5 evils, if you will. And so the Klamath Basin is definitely probably the less evil when you talk about air quality. The mountains also seeing air quality that won't be nearly as bad as what we're going to see in the Rogue Valley over the next couple of days at the very least.
So going into today, is heat the concern or is air quality the concern?
I would say air quality would probably pose the more imminent risk to life, just because if you go outside in hazardous air quality and if you just start taking in big gulps of air, that could be a very bad outcome from smoke inhalation. So I would say smoke is probably the bigger deal, but these temperatures, nothing to scoff at. Near 100 degrees in the west side valleys, just a good day to keep it inside.
Yeah, and I think it's a problem that can almost worsen the heat because people looking outside, you don't see the sun, you don't feel the sun, so you might think, hey, it doesn't look that hot. It may not feel that hot initially.
Yeah, hey, it looks gray, it looks foggy, it almost looks like fall. Pumpkin spice is back, so no.
No, not the case, as I drink one over here. Thank you, Josh.
Of course.